Page 47. This is a button. This is a buttonhole. This is a needle. This is thread. What are you doing with your needle now? I am putting this button on the coat, and I am making the buttonholes. Page 48. The girl will put the end of the thread through the needle. She has the needle in the fingers of one hand and the thread in the fingers of the other hand. This is the end of the thread. This is the hole in the needle. It is the eye of the needle. The end of the thread is not going straight. It is not going through the hole in the needle. The thread did not go through the needle. It is not through the hole in the needle now. Page 49. It is on one side of the needle. It is on this side of the needle. Now the girl is doing it again. Is the end of the thread through the hole? No, it is not. It is on the other side of the needle. The girl is making another attempt. This time the thread will go through the hole. The end of the thread is straight. It went through. The girl is taking the end of the thread in her fingers. The thread is through the needle. Page 50. Where are your scissors? Here they are. This blade is narrow. This blade is wide. Narrow? This is a narrow street. This is a wide street. These trousers are wide. These trousers are narrow. Page 51. Questions. A. These are two walls. Which of them is thicker? Is wall A or wall B thicker?
Wall B is thicker.
B. These are two cuts. Which of them is wider? Is cut A or cut B wider?
Cut B is wider.
C. These are two nails. Which of them is longer?
Nail A is longer.
D. Which of these two men is stronger?
The man who is on his feet is stronger.
E. Which of these two pencils is shorter?
Pencil B is shorter.
F. Which of these two cards is longer?
Card B is longer.
Which is wider?
Card A is wider.
G. Which of these three angles is a right angle?
Angle C is a right angle.
H. Which of these things are broken?
The cup, the hammer, and the plate are broken.
Page 52. Questions. A. What is he doing?
He is going up the steps.
B. What is she doing?
She is going down the steps.
C. What is he doing?
He is putting a nail in with a hammer.
D. What is he doing now?
He is taking a nail out with a hammer.
E. What is he doing?
He is measuring a box.
F. What is she doing?
She is putting a thread through the hole in a needle.
G. What is she doing now?
She is taking the end of the thread between her finger and thumb.
H. And what is she doing now?
She is putting a button on with a needle and thread.
Page 53. Questions. A. What are these things? A.
A train.
B.
Its engine.
C.
An airplane.
D.
A seat.
E.
A ship.
F.
A flower.
G.
Mountains.
H.
Trees.
I.
A star.
J.
A cloud.
K.
The sun.
L.
The moon.
M.
A pig.
N.
A sheep.
O.
A horse.
P.
A cow.
Q,
a dog,
R,
a goat,
S,
a coat,
T,
a bird,
U,
trousers,
V,
a cup,
W,
a knife,
X,
a spoon,
Y.
scissors.
B. Which of them go through the air?
Airplanes and birds go through the air.
C. Which of them go on their feet?
Pigs, sheep, horses, cows, dogs, birds, and goats go on their feet.
D. Which of them go on the water?
Ships and some birds go on the water.
Page 55. The earth goes round in 24 hours. There are 24 hours in every day. The sun comes up and goes down every day because the earth is turning round. The earth goes round the sun in a year. There are 365 days in a year. 365 days make a year. There are 7 days in a week. 7 days make a week. Here are the names of the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday is before Tuesday. Tuesday is after Monday. There are 31 or 30 or 28 days in a month. Here are the names of the months: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. January is before February. February is after January. Page 56. These are the winter months: December, January, February. These are the summer months: June, July, August. These are the spring months: March, April, May. These are the fall months: September, October, November. In the north, the earth is cold in the winter. The wind is cold. Snow comes down from the sky. There are no leaves on the trees. There is ice over the water. The days are short. In the north, the earth and the air are warm in the summer. There are leaves on the trees. The days are long. There is no ice or snow. In the spring, the leaves come out on the trees. Plants come up out of the earth, and flowers come out on the plants. Page 57. In the fall, the leaves come down from the branches of the trees. Fall is the time of the fall of the leaves. They are coming down. They are falling. In the spring, the days get longer. Every day is longer than the day before it. In the spring, today is longer than yesterday. In the fall, the days get shorter. Every day is shorter than the day before it. In the fall, tomorrow will be shorter than today. This line is longer than this line. The time between 3 and 4 is shorter than the time between 3 and 5. 1 hour is a shorter time than 2 hours. 15 minutes make a quarter of an hour. 30 minutes make half an hour. 45 minutes make 3/4 of an hour. Page 58. Which is shorter, a quarter of an hour or half an hour? Which is shorter, the minute hand or the hour hand of a clock? This is an inch. The distance from A to B is 1 inch. Half an inch is a shorter distance than an inch. A quarter of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. 12 inches make a foot. This is a foot. How long is it? It is 10 inches long. 3 feet make a yard. This is a yard measure. There are 36 inches in a yard. These are feet. They are not 12 inches long. Page 59. 1,760 yards make a mile. In half a mile, there are 880 yards. Miles, yards, feet, and inches are measures of distance. What are this man and this girl doing? They are taking a walk. In 1 hour, he will go 2 miles, and she will go 4 miles. He is slow. She is quick. She is quicker than he is. He is slower than she is. This is a train. Trains are quicker than horses or men. This is an airplane. Airplanes are quicker than trains or horses or men. Page 60. This baby is 1 year old. This boy is 10 years old. This man is 30 years old. This old man is 90 years old. That is a stick in his hand. The baby is very young. How old is he? He is 1 year old. The old man is very old. How old is he? He is 90 years old. This box is 4 inches long and 3 inches wide and 2 inches high. How long is it? It is 4 inches long. This room is 20 feet long and 16 feet wide and 12 feet high. How high is the room? It is 12 feet high. Page 61. This is a short coat. This is a longer coat. This is the longest coat of the 3. This is a thin book. This is a thicker book. This is the thickest book of the 3. This is a narrow street. This is a wider street. This is the widest street of the 3. Which is the narrowest street of the 3? This is a dirty face. This is a cleaner face. This is the cleanest face of the 3. Which is the dirtiest face? Page 62. Glass is harder than wood. Wood is harder than bread. Bread is harder than butter. Which is the softest of these? Which is the hardest? This man is older than this boy. The boy is older than this baby. Which of them is the oldest? The baby is the youngest. He is very young. This man is stronger than this boy. The boy is not as strong as the man. He is not as old as the man. The baby is not as old as the boy or as strong as the boy. This line is as long as this line. The 2 lines are equal. This line is not as long as this line. They are not equal. Page 63. A train may go 100 miles in an hour. An airplane may go 600 miles in an hour. Trains and airplanes are different sorts of transport. What are some other sorts of transport? Ships are another sort of transport. How far may a quick ship go in an hour? A quick ship may go 30 miles in an hour. Automobiles and buses are other sorts of transport. Airplanes, trains, ships, automobiles, buses, and horses and carriages take us from one place to another. Page 64. We may go on our feet from one place to another. When we go on our feet, we are walking. Or we may go in a train, or in a ship, or in an automobile, or in an airplane, or on a horse, or in a bus. Some places are near to one another. Some places are far from one another. Places in Washington are near to one another. The distance from one place to another is not far. But some places in the United States are far from one another. Page 65. This is a map of North America. Mackenzie River, Los Angeles, Mississippi River, Mexico City, Ottawa, New York, Washington. These are mountains. These are railroads. These are roads. These are rivers. Men and women go up mountains. Mountains are high. Trains go on railroads, a road, a river, an island. Page 66. Ottawa, Washington, Mexico City, New York, and Los Angeles are towns. This is a town. The government of Canada is in Ottawa. The government of the United States is in Washington. The government of Mexico is in Mexico City. How far is Ottawa from Mexico City? The distance from Ottawa to Mexico City is about 2,300 miles. How far is New York from Los Angeles? The distance between New York and Los Angeles is about 2,500 miles. How far is the mouth of the Mackenzie River from the mouth of the Mississippi? The distance is about 3,300 miles. The mouth of a river is the place where it goes into the sea. Page 67. This is the earth. We are seeing it from the north. There is more land than water on this side of the earth. This is the earth. We are seeing it from the south. There is more water than land on this side. This is the moon. The moon goes round the earth in a month. Do we ever see the other side of the moon? No. We see the same side of the moon at all times. Why? Page 68. We see the same side at all times because the moon is turning round. The moon, the earth. It is going round the earth and it is turning round itself. It keeps the same side to the earth. We see the same side of the moon at all times. Sometimes we see it like this. One half of the moon is dark. The other half is bright. This is a half moon. Sometimes we see the moon like this. This part of the moon is dark. This part of it is bright. This is a quarter moon. Page 69. Sometimes we see it like this. This is a new moon. This is a new hat. This is an old hat. And sometimes we see it like this. This is a full moon. This glass is full. This glass is not full. These are the changes of the moon: full, 3/4, half, a quarter, new. But at all times we see the same side of the moon. Change? What is that? Here is a change in the direction of this line. And here is another change. Page 70. Here are two trains. The man was in this train. He is going to the other train. He is making a change. He is changing trains. The potatoes were hard. After a time they were soft. There was a change in the potatoes. This water was cold. Now it is boiling. That is a change. There was a change in the water. In the summer, the leaves are on the trees. In the fall, the leaves come down off the trees. That is a change. Page 71. I took a newspaper and gave $1 to the man. He took the dollar and he gave a quarter and 10 cents and 5 cents. This is the money which he gave to me with the paper. The price of the paper was 60 cents. I got the paper and 40 cents from him. That money was my change. I had $1. After I got the paper, I had the paper and 40 cents. I did not have the dollar. That was a change. Page 72. Questions. A. Is the boy nearer to the woman than the girl is?
No, the girl is nearer to the woman.
Is the girl nearer to the boy than to the woman?
Yes, the girl is nearer to the boy than to the woman.
B. Which of these two is farther from the tree?
The girl is farther from the tree.
Is the boy farther from the tree than from the girl?
Yes, the boy is farther from the tree than from the girl.
C. Which of these two glasses is full of water? The glass to the right or the glass to the left?
The glass to the left is full of water.
D. Is there more land than water on the south side of the earth?
No, there is more water than land on the south side of the earth.
Page 73. Questions. A. Which of these is a half moon? Which is a full moon? Which is a quarter moon? And which is a new moon?
C is a half moon. B is a full moon. D is a quarter moon. And A is a new moon.
B. I got a book. I gave $10 to the man in the bookstore. He gave me the book and 50 cents. What was the price of the book?
The price of the book was $9.50.
How much was the book?
It was $9.50.
How much change did he give me?
He gave me 50 cents change.
C. How far may a quick train go in an hour?
A quick train may go 100 miles in an hour.
How far may you go on your feet in an hour? 4 miles or 40?
I may go 4 miles, but not 40.
D. What are some different sorts of transport?
Ships, trains, buses, and airplanes are different sorts of transport.
Which is the quickest sort of transport?
The airplane is the quickest of these.
Page 75. The distance through the Earth from north to south is 7,900 miles. The distance round the Earth is 24,900 miles. How far is the Moon from the Earth? It is 240,000 miles from the Earth. How far is the Sun from the Earth? The distance of the Sun from the Earth is 93 million miles. What is that in your hand? It is a ball. The ball is small. What is that in the sky? It is the sun. The sun is great. The sun is a great ball of fire. What is the size of the sun? It is 864,000 miles from one side to the other. Page 76. What is the size of the moon? It is 2,160 miles through from one side to the other. Is the moon smaller than the earth? Is the earth smaller than the sun? Is the sun greater than the moon? The moon is near the earth. The earth is far from the sun. New York is near Washington. San Francisco is far from Washington. Are the stars smaller than the sun? No. Some of the stars are much greater than the sun. Are they nearer than the sun? No. They are much farther than the sun. How far from the earth is the nearest star? It is over 4 light years from the earth. What is a light year? It is the distance which light goes in a year. Page 77. This is a flame. It sends out light. The sun sends out light. The light goes out from the sun in every direction. Light goes 186,300 miles in a second. How far does it go in a year? It goes about 6 trillion miles in a year. A light year is 6 trillion miles. The nearest star is over 4 light years from the earth. The nearest star is 25 trillion miles from the earth. The nearest stars are very far from us. Some of the stars are very much farther. The farthest stars are thousands of light years from us. Page 78. The sun sends its light out in every direction. These are 4 directions. Up and down are 2 other directions. This boy has 6 apples in his hands. He is on a branch of a tree. He will send the 6 apples in different directions. He sent 1 apple north, another apple south, another east, and another west. He sent another apple down. He sent 5 apples in 5 directions. Page 79. He sent the last apple up, but then it came down. Why did it come down? The first apple went north and then it came down. The other apples went south and east and west, and then they all came down to the earth. They all came down to the earth? Why did they come down? The first apple, the last apple. What is the first? What is the last? These men are in a line. This is the first man. This is the last man. Here are 3 dogs. Which is the first dog? Which is the last dog? The other dog is the dog in the middle. He is between the first dog and the last dog. 2 of the dogs are white. The other dog is black. The dog in the middle is black. Page 80. Here are 2 bodies. One is a great body. It is the earth. The other is a small body. It is an apple. The apple is coming down to the earth. Why? It is coming down because there is an attraction between the 2 bodies. The attraction between them makes the apple come down. All bodies which have weight have an attraction for one another. Here are 2 bodies. These are springs. Which body has the greater weight? Here are 2 men. This man is thin. His body is thin. This man is fat. His body is fat. Which man's weight is greater?